Hello, Leo. Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Leo. How are you? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Leo. We've got a couple of oracle decks that we're going to use today. We are looking at the week ahead. This is your week ahead reading, Leo. So we've got you here, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what is going on for you, Leo. I'm always reading for the week ahead. If you've never been here before, that's how I read. So whether you find this today, tomorrow, or next year, it could resonate with you because it can't resonate with all of you. We're not all at the same place in our lives, right? If you are interested in staying, there is a subscription button down at the bottom right-hand corner if you'd like to join this beautiful Leo tribe. I mean that literally. You're beautiful, Leo. Beautiful to look at. I hope that you will stay. All right, let's find out what's going on for you here, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. Tell me about Leo. Got release, diligence, and opportunity. So I feel like there's an opportunity that's going to be showing up for you in the week ahead, and it's because of your diligence. But it feels like you are going to have to release something or let something go in order to be able to collect this opportunity. This could be an opportunity for leadership. This could be in your life. It could be in work. It could be in a relationship. We'll look into it a little bit further. What else do we have here? We have fulfillment. So I feel like this is something that you've wanted, possibly. It feels like it could be through the workplace, possibly, but it feels like I want to say that you're the person that people trust to make good decisions. The third eye is open here. We do have this energy that is violet here, and it feels like these match, right? This opportunity is because I feel because your eyes have been open to your own leadership is what it feels like. I've never met a Leo who wasn't a leader. Quite honestly, it just comes naturally to you, Leo. It does feel like you, because of your diligence in something, because you've got the bird's eye view or because you have more information than other people have, that there is some sort of an opportunity that I feel like you already know. You probably have an idea that maybe this is an opportunity that's going to show up, or maybe that it's already yours. And if that's how you're feeling, I feel like that's complete and true manifestation. I feel like it will be yours if you already think it is. But we have something here that needs to be released first. It feels like a gentle release, I'm going to say. Feels like something maybe you've been trying to release over time. Tell me what's being released here. You might be wanting to take the lead on something. That's what I'm thinking. Opportunity. You see the opportunity and you want to take the lead on it, possibly. Tell me what this release is about. Okay. We've got approve. The universe has been trying to get you to release something little by little over time. We'll find out what it is when we get the tarot on it. We've got strength and diligence. This is your card. Strength is Leo energy. It feels like no matter what has happened throughout the time that you've been slowly trying to release something, it feels like you've been gaining momentum or gaining strength. We have this little boat that's being tossed to and fro in the storm, and I feel like you've learned how to through diligence, I feel like you've learned how to be stable in the storm, and that is King of Cups energy. It feels like somebody here has grown into the King of Cups energy here. Tell me about this opportunity. Opportunity says barrier. So something that you thought of as a barrier previously is, I feel, something that is no longer going to be a barrier for you. I feel like it's you're, instead of looking at it as a barrier, you're looking at it as an opportunity, because I feel in the future you're in this leadership energy. You're like that. There's nothing that you can get past a leader. A leader is not the one who looks at it as a problem, but looks at it as something that can be solved. They look at the how to solve something. They don't look at why it's the problem. They look at how to solve the problem. So we've got reconnect here. Okay, reconnect with your soul and observe. So I feel like there's somebody here that you have been watching, is what it feels like. Oh, look, release has shown up again. So I feel like there's maybe somebody, I could say, question mark. It could be a job, it could be something else, but it feels like maybe a situation, or a situation with a person, whether it's a platonic or a romantic situation. And it feels like you've been trying to release somebody or something, a situation, over time. I feel like the universe is saying this is the right thing to do, because we do have the approve card here, but we also have the healing card. So it feels like you're trying to release because you've been going through some sort of healing process. It feels like you no longer have to stay stuck to the past or stay stuck to old ideas, ideals, things that you used to do, ways that you used to be. It feels like you're healing something, therefore you can release it. But I feel like it's layers and layers and layers of things that you're releasing over time. It feels like you've been watching someone, and I feel like you think that this person is connected to your soul, or maybe they mirror your soul. Maybe it's a soulmate energy. It feels like you have been observing someone, possibly from a distance, that you would like to reconnect with. So now this leadership makes a little bit more sense. It feels like you want to take the lead. It feels like you want to take the lead on possibly fulfilling some sort of wish fulfillment that you have after releasing something. Again, we've got the moon, we've got release under here, and we've got release over here. So I feel like there is stillness, relaxation. I feel like right now is a time when you are thinking about what you want. What is going to fulfill you? What do you need to let go in order to bring fulfillment into your life? I feel like you're about to take the lead on something. All right, let's look at tarot. Here we go. Let's talk about Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter, Leo. Let's talk about you. Leo, if you're interested in private reads at all, I am reading live. I'm doing live private reads. I'm also doing pre-recorded private reads. There is a 75% off for the live read. If you'd like to try that, please look in the pinned comment below this video, at the very top of all the videos. If you want more information, click on that link to Hipsy, and you'll be able to see my pricing. Let's find out what's going on for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. I'm a Jupiter Leo, by the way. How about you? Do you come here because you're a Leo sun, or do you have one of the other placements? Tell me about Leo. The release. Okay, I feel like you're releasing impulsivity is what it feels like. Being impulsive, taking risks, maybe risky business. It feels like the Page of Wands is somebody who is doesn't necessarily realize that continually finding new paths and new fires, new ways to play with fire. I feel this Page of Wands I feel like you're letting go of the inner child, the one who is a little bit reckless maybe with their fire, I would say. The Page of Wands always, because these are children, right? And so it feels like the inner self or the inner child. I feel like this is something that you've been trying to release over time. And I feel like it's just the impulsive part of the child. I want to do it. I just want this thing. I don't really care. Like, it feels like that's sort of the energy that you're trying to release over time here. Tell me about diligence and strength. We've got the Lovers. Oh, very interesting. So diligence and strength. I feel like you're trying to release your impulsivity because it feels like you are trying to find the strength in the storm. You are trying to find something that I feel is going to be solid and move slow and be forever. It feels like diligence in the Lovers. So you're trying to find something or someone that I feel that you are looking at being with for the long haul, like for the rest of the way out here. We've got opportunity and barrier. Tell me about this opportunity. You may have seen this opportunity. You may have seen this as having a barrier, but I feel like you are reconnecting to your leadership energy. So maybe you don't see that as a barrier any longer. Tell me more about this. Tell me about Leo. We have the Death card. Very interesting. So I feel like somebody here has woken up or is standing in their power, is healing and releasing and removing barriers. It's like the barriers were something that you had placed, I want to say, that there is an opportunity to change, to transform, and I feel like you've decided to take that opportunity. And it tells me in all of this energy here that you're releasing things slowly over time, that you want to be more diligent in finding someone who is like a forever partner, possibly. It feels like leadership. It feels like you're taking leadership of your life at this time. Got the Page of Cups. Maybe you're looking for new love, wanting to get victory, success in new love. It feels like, with the Six of Wands, it's like coming back from the war, coming back from the fight. So that tells me that maybe you have had a maybe you've had a hard cycle, maybe a hard life. Like it could be that, right? You've coming back from the war could mean you've had a hard life. Tell me more about Leo, please. Tell me about the Page of Wands. I've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Page of Swords, and we've got the Four of Cups. I feel like you've learned some sort of a lesson is what it feels like here. It feels like there is some sort of a lesson that you've learned because the Page of Swords is here, or you're willing to look at things differently. Look, the Page of Swords is the one who is the student. All the pages are, but this particular one is very intellectual. This one is trying to be honest and truthful and find out all the details. And it feels like, the Six of Cups is, I feel that you're trying to learn from your past. We do have the Page of Wands that's looking in the past, by the way, and the Page of Swords is looking forward. So it makes me feel like in the past that possibly you've had some really deep soul connections that possibly got confused by your inability to keep your fire, to roll in your fire, like to reel in the fire, right? That maybe you were very fickle and sort of taking chances here and there. Maybe you were dating and not really looking for anything that was steady or solid. Maybe you just weren't ready for anything long term. Maybe you were just interested in having fun with fire. And that's not to say anything bad. I mean, people do that. That's how they figure out who they want and what they want, right? So the Six of Cups here, I feel like this is memories, right? This is memories, nostalgia, things that you've done in the past. I feel like you've learned from that, I want to say. And so that's what this slow release is all about. I feel like now you are more about keeping your emotions stable, because fours are stability, and then we have Four Cups. I feel, though, that this is becoming a place of stagnancy for you, because I feel as though you've learned from the past that you really aren't throwing your fire all over the place. Now you're thinking about more of a diligent lover, somebody, like, I think you want to be the diligent lover, so you're trying to keep your fire in check so you can spend all of that fire on someone that you really feel is here and is going to remain here for you. We do have the Knight of Swords, we have the Eight of Cups, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. There it is. It feels like you are disconnecting from impulsivity, from rushing in too quickly, from being aggressive, from trying to talk people into things. It feels like the Eight of Cups is telling me that you are now disconnected from that exhaustive, impulsive energy. It feels like you are now looking for something more solid, more long-term, something more genuine, possibly something that moves a little slower, something that's going to be around for the test of time. It feels like this is where you're trying to be diligent in your strength, which is the Strength card is Leo energy, but the strength is also keeping the sword in the sheath on the hip, knowing that you can pull that sword at any moment and defend yourself or cut people with your words or whatever, but I feel like you're practicing holding back these days. And so it feels like that you are in this energy of, I'm looking for something that is going to bring me legacy or longevity, and I'm willing to stay disconnected from my impulses at this time in order to wait for that thing to come around. Now, I feel like there is going to be an opportunity that's going to show up here, and it's because of your transformation. I feel like in your transformation that you have lifted some barriers and reconnected back to your leadership. And so I feel like it's like somebody is stepping into the actual Leo shoes. Now, look, just because you're a Leo sun or a Leo rising, Leo moon, whatever, it feels like you don't necessarily start life that way. You end up growing into who you are, right? So we don't necessarily know when we're 5 or 10 that we are a Leo. We just know that we're a little bit reckless, right? Or me, right, as a Taurus, I didn't know I was stubborn. I just knew that I had specific tastes and don't tell me what to do, right? So I feel like you're growing into who Leo is, and Leo is a leader who is strong and has strength, somebody who can keep their feelings in check, their fire in check. That is a healed Leo, and I think that you are in this transformation. You're in a transition of leadership here. Tell me about this Death card. We've got the Three of Pentacles, we've got the Magician, and we've got the Queen of Cups. I love that. being friends and partners will lead to love. It will lead to the depth, the deep feelings that I'm looking for. I feel that you are in this Three of Pentacles energy. The Three of Pentacles energy is about being solid, right? We start out as friends. We move really slow. It's about cooperation and collaboration. It's about being on the same team or in the same community or in the same network. It's also about admiration. It's about working really hard and admiring someone else who also is working very hard and knowing that you don't have all the answers. And so you will watch somebody work. Possibly you are watching somebody work. That you will watch somebody work in order to learn. I think that you're in this phase of slowing down, learning things, getting a little more stability, realizing that these are the tools and the resources that you actually want. These are the ways that you are going to grow and find actual depth of love. So I feel like the barrier for you was probably your fire, that you were running after things, running at things, and throwing your fire everywhere. And it feels like we have a progression of somebody who's really changing, who's really transforming, somebody who is in the Three of Pentacles and who has decided, you know what, I can move at this slowly. I don't have to run at things because I do have the tools, the resources. I am magic. I am manifesting. And if I manifest it, it will show up. So we're going to talk a little bit more about this because it feels to me like you're on the search for a lover. It feels like you're on the search for somebody who's going to be a diligent long-term lover for you. And it feels like you're going to be taking the first step. Now, for some of you, you might want to reconnect with soulmate. Maybe there's somebody who you feel like you left in the distance. So that's not for all of you. For some of you, this is new. But I think for some of you, you're observing a past connection here and wondering if you should reconnect now that you're in this new energy. Maybe you met this person in a friends with benefits situation, right? Friends, benefits. You may have met them in a situationship. And this person, I feel, is someone that you want to reconnect to because I feel like you can't get them off your mind. I feel like you can't get their depth of love and kindness and compassion, and maybe you're psychically connected to them. The Magician and the Queen of Cups are here. The Magician is magic, does have a lot of manifestation powers. The Queen of Cups is very empathic and psychic. And so I feel like there is somebody here that you've had an ending with that possibly some of you are looking at reconnecting to. So I'm going to put down 3 cards. We're going to talk about those 3 cards, but we're going to talk about these things too. We're going to clarify more and find out exactly what's going on here. If you need more in-depth if you need more in-depth reading, then come on over to the membership area. The link is the last link in the pinned comment above the comments, and that's where you'll find the link to join the membership area if you're interested in looking at the connected readings here. I am putting all of the extended readings in my membership area. Let's find out what we're going to be talking about. We're getting balance here. Balancing the fire. I like it. That's really cool. So we have the 5 of Wands here. I really do feel like there is someone here that you are trying to get stability with, someone you want to heal something with, someone that I think you were going back and forth with for a while. It does feel like for some of you this is a past person. It does feel like that. I feel like what you're getting in check, or what you have in check now, is you've balanced your fire and it's time to take some healing. But I feel like this 5 of Wands might be an issue here. We've got the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Swords. So you're wondering now, well, maybe we did have a lot of fundamental differences. Maybe we didn't agree on a lot of things, and that's why you're holding back. So now that you've cleared the fire, now you're thinking sort of more logically, right, with the brain, and you're thinking about the brain rather than the fire. And so I feel like you're sort of holding back now, or feeling like, I wonder if this person already has a person. This is competition. This is indecision. You're not really sure if you should move forward. 2 5s being here is sort of good news because things are about to change quickly. You won't be hanging around in this energy too long. I feel like what's going on here is that you're just ready to settle down and provide possibly monetary things. You want to build a kingdom with somebody, possibly settle down with somebody who might be a queen who might settle down with you, or a king who might settle down with you. The 2 5s mean that there is quick change coming here. We are going to talk about this, as this is an interesting section here with this new energy here. We'll talk about this leadership, reconnecting. Some of you, this is new. We'll talk about that as well. See you in the extension if that's where you'd like to be. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. You guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be here if you will. Bye-bye.